Всем привет!
Всем привет! На канале История. Сегодня мы идем в Сафари парк.
Сафари парк. Отпраздновать Сонин день рождения. Нас там встречают друзья. Мы, как всегда, опаздываем. Должны были приехать уже, наверное, 2 часа назад. Но очень долго ехали сюда. 3 часа ехали. Ну, мы Сонин день рождения отмечаем, да, с нашими друзьями. Все кушают куличи. Сегодня Пасха. Христос воскрес. Вика, что я тебе научила отвечать? Христос воскрес. Что надо говорить? Воистину воскрес. Я тебе говорю, Христос воскрес, а ты мне должна отвечать, воистину воскрес.
Не только я.
Ладно. Попробовала научить, но не получилось.
Воды.
Алисик у нас в коляске.
Воды.
Мы ждем, водичка внизу вот. Мы ждем автобусика, который нас довезет до парка. Ждем папу с билетами у входа. Нам подружка наша принесла билетики у них, потому что у них пас на сезон, они сейчас все время приходят. У нее были скидочные билетики на полцены, она нам вышла, дала. Да. Там все будут. Нет. Все радуются, прям вообще аж не могут, с ума сходят. Вот такие животные нас ждут там. Вот те животные, которые находятся в этом парке. Из всех континентов мира. Ну, кроме Антарктики. Мы зашли в парк. Здесь вот пока птицы всякие разные. Все смотрят птиц. Вот 2 девочки у наших друзей и мальчик. Мальчик Викиного возраста. И здесь это как, не знаю, как называется, где птички летают. Водопадик. Здесь всякие разные птицы водятся. The blue one, Victoria Crown Pigeon.
This is the one that was just laying on the floor. Like.
А вон там вон есть. There's one right there.
Oh yeah.
And right there. И такое красивое местечко, птички плавают тут. Фламинго, которые в каждом парке, в зоопарке, Диснейленде, по-моему, они везде есть эти фламинго. Да? В любом парке, куда не придешь. Тут лисенок, смотри, лисенок маленький. Вон. Вот. Там тоже? А, да, там тоже прячется. А здесь маленький лисенок. Видишь, какой хорошенький? Черная змея такая там сидит, да. Milk snake называется. Black milk snake. Черная молочная змея. Вон там. Шиншилла. Маленький там спит. Шиншилла. Тут олененок такой. Смотрите, олененка, олененок.
A baby sheep? It's a goat.
Тут детки всех гладят, расчесывают всяких овечек с козлятами. Лемуры здесь, смотри, такие вот с хвостами такими смешными. Я не знаю, где они. Where?
You want to see it? It's a lemur. You want to go in there? You can go in there. You want to go in? Yeah.
О, смотри-ка, баллон. Это который летает. Огромный. Который поднимается в воздух.
Я была на этом.
Ты была?
Да.
Да? Соня была, говорит, на таком. Вау. Здесь проходило шоу. Там летает баллон большой. Тут очень много всего одновременно происходит. Даже снимать тяжело, потому что очень много людей. Мы хотим сейчас сесть на поезд, который поедет по Сафари, смотреть животных. Вон Соня идет с Викторией. Виктория тоже, ее тоже зовут Виктория, но мы называем ее Тори. Девочка на год старше Сони. Летает такой огромный шар. Здесь проходит шоу с животными. Здесь не видно, потому что люди стоят. Ждем вот это вот трамвайчика, который нас повезет смотреть животных. Сумасшедшие дети. Ждем троллейбуса, трамвайчика. Там мы стоим в очереди, уже почти подходим. А там ходят животные. Жираф? А маленький, да? Маленький, бебечка? Да.
Go see some really awesome animals together. A couple safety things first. While we're moving, you can stay sitting down, that'd be great. But whenever I stop the tram, then you can stand up and get a better view. If anybody has a medical emergency during the ride, up above your heads, there's a yellow strip on either side of the ceiling. Give that a push and hold it down to alert me up front. Unless you're already sitting in the very in front, you don't have that because my window is right here. Just yell me through the window. The lighter, pale, whitish color to help keep them cool in the hot African sun. Helps to reflect the sunlight away. But they still got that bright pink underneath their wings. They can still show it off if they need to.
Здесь животные ходят как бы на воле почти. У них огромные такие вольеры.
And look out there as far away as you can see. If you look far enough, you found giraffes. That is 65 acres of open land for these animals to roam around and interact with each other like they would in the wild. We have lots of big open fields like this at this park. This is what we do here. But this one's special. This is where the safari park all started. 45 years ago. This is the first thing they built here. So we are going back where we've been seeing all day, and more than we'll find on this ride together.
Животные здесь гуляют как на свободе почти, потому что они начали этот парк, когда для зоопарка скрещивали животных. И здесь им дают большую свободу, они здесь гуляют почти как в природе.
Hard nose like a shovel, dig up under the dirt, grab stuff to eat, love to eat roots. So on our left over here, spread out all up the hillside, are a bunch of different antelope. Most of the animals that you can find during this ride will be antelope, and that's because Africa has over 70 different species of antelope. So there's lots of antelope in Africa, we got lots of antelope here. You can see that little baby is trying to nurse. Notice the trees in the exhibit. And you'll notice that the trees are very flat across the bottom. Perfect timing. Like I've done that before. So these are Maasai giraffes. Towers of the savannah.
You see them?
They are just so much taller than everybody else, of course. But they're not only watchtowers because they're tall, but also because they can actually help to warn you of danger. A lot of the shorter animals, like the antelope, like to follow giraffes around. Because giraffes, since they're so tall, they have a higher vantage point than we do. The higher up you are, the farther away you can see. So following giraffes around is a good idea, because if a giraffe starts running away from something, that probably means you should be running too, because they're higher up, they probably saw something that you didn't.
Потому что жирафы видят опасность быстрее, чем маленькие животные.
So right after the giraffes, there's some animals that don't really need to follow giraffes around because they kind of take care of themselves. And these are the buffalo with the big gray horns in their heads. The Cape buffalo here are the second, about 2,000 pounds heavy. So just don't want to be viewed as a threat to them, their family, or their little babies. But I don't think that's very different from people. Not sure of many people that back down to someone threatening their kids. Right now, from door to door of the tram, their horns are like as thick as your head. Speaking of horns, there's an antelope over here that has really cool, twisty, spiral horns, and that is the male greater kudu under the tree. These greater kudu are a forest antelope. So you can see that older male there with the twisty horns. Then there's also a young male here. You can see his horns are shorter. They're just starting to twist a little bit. If you look across the valley at the very tip top of the hill, there's a little baby roan antelope over there. Long their ears are. Their ears are like as long as their face. This is the Africa tram, but I also think it's a really great chance for us to remember that we're not really in Africa, obviously. We're in San Diego. So you can remember that for a little bit just by looking outside of our exhibit. Out in the hills, anywhere all around us right now is California coastal sage scrubs. That's a long name, but it's not just one plant. It's this entire plant community makes up this native habitat found only here in California and down into Baja. And right now, we are surrounded by one of the most endangered habitats in the entire world. This is down to less than 15% of its natural population, means 85% is gone. And there's almost 200 different endangered species of plants and animals that are living right here within San Diego County. So because of that, we have 800 acres of our own park set aside as a local nature preserve. And the hills all around us right now is land that will never be touched for all this native endangered wildlife living right here in our own backyard in San Diego. That also deserves to be protected just as much as all this exotic endangered wildlife you're seeing here today. This is here, so he's straight down the hill behind the big fallen down log there. You can see him walking around. Big rhino. So Eric is an East African black rhino. They're endangered, only around 2,500 black rhinos left, but no matter what rhino you see, all rhinos are either endangered to near threatened. So why is that? Well, it's because of the horn that Eric has on his head. Rhinos are poached for their horn. Poachers kill the rhino, take the horn, and then they sell it, and it will eventually be used as medicine. Because it is believed by many cultures all around the world that a rhino's horn has medicinal properties, and even that it can cure things like cancer. But the horn on a rhino is the exact same thing as our fingernails and our hair. It's the same material. It's a protein called keratin. So there's no medicine in Eric's horn down there, just like there's no medicine in any of our fingernails. And it does mean that rhinos are killed for nothing. You can see his face from over here. Park.
Кристина, смотри, это самый высокий жираф. Самый высокий жираф. Вот тот.
They're feeding the giraffes over there. I know. You can go on the thing.
Here he is. This is the male reticulated giraffe, and his name is Hibari. There they are. These ones are not fully grown. They're going to get a lot bigger than that. So they're sleeping just like the cheetahs. The cats are sleeping. That's what they do. And of course, we have a lot of conservation projects going on with lions. You can imagine that people living next to lions, there are, of course, difficulties with that. So those are...
Тут много пузырей.
Sergei found one that was like right off the tram.
Сейчас полный дурдом. У нас детей между нами 7 детей. И 4 взрослых. Дети просто бегают в разные стороны. Мы постоянно не знаем, где они. Пересчитываем всех. Это Лоня. It's like a GoPro, but it's a Sony. It's like an action cam.
You can't eat. Here, you gotta go like spin around and sit.
Что у тебя там?
Just mine. Churro sundae.
Тетя там.
Cotton candy. Мы будем
Вата, сладкая вата.
All of us are gonna share everything.
Окей.
We're gonna share.
Вкусно? Yummy? Churro sundaes. Что? My God, this is sugar overload. No.
Another paper towel. Whenever I finish this, I'm gonna have a sugar rush.
Дай мне чуть-чуть, можно?
Bro, Karen, you won't have that much of a sugar rush than me because I'm having cotton candy and ice cream.
Мне нельзя. No.
No,
Я не могла удержаться. Окапи.
Okapi.
Да, я люблю этих, они мои любимые животные. Вот. Я его люблю такой. Он полузебра, не знаю, кто еще. Полужираф. Но они очень классные. Полулошадь, полузебра.
No, it's a giraffe. It says it has horse and it's part deer because of the ears. And then also
У них попа полосатая.
it has some features of the
It has a zebra butt.
It said it like when it gets older it does kind of do like the same thing as male giraffes.
Наш детский сад. Мы остались одни в этом парке. Нас скоро уже отсюда выгонят. Because we're the only ones left in here.
I don't even know where we are. We've never even been over here.
Like, what if they close down the park and like we're the only ones left in here and they like just lock us in here?
Awesome.
That'd be awesome.
I would not be surprised. Not at all.